Hi, I'm Renee Naylor, sport physiotherapist with over 30 years experience. And having worked in rugby for many years, I've done lots of knee strapping. And today I'm going to show you how do you give support to the medial and the lateral structures of the knee. Sometimes you only strap the medial side and sometimes only the lateral. And in some cases you have to do both. So what do you need when you're doing a basic strapping for your knee and for stability? Your rigid tape, your Luca tape P, your adhesive 75 millimeters, and your Hyperfix, which is going to be your underwrap. Very important, your Lateral Pro to cover up. And all of this you can get from your Dis-Chem pharmacy or any independent pharmacy. So firstly, obviously positioning and the prep. Skin must be clean and dry, free of lotions to make sure that it sticks. And we want him slightly bent in 30 degrees of knee flexion. I've pre-cut the Hyperfix and I'm going to put a strip on the inside and on the outside that just protects his skin. You're going to go from mid-thigh to the inside of the calf. There you go. And then we're going to put one on the outside as well. Okay, and then I'm going to use the adhesive 75, the Luco Band S, for my anchors, and I'm going to put the first one above the knee joint, the thigh, and I often ask my athlete at what height they want it and what feels comfortable for them, and make sure that it's not too tight. And then the second anchor goes below the knee joint, and once again making sure it's not too tight around the calf. And now I'm going to start with my rigid strapping. And I'm going to start with the medial support. So I'm going to start on the inside and I'm going to follow the line of the ligament because this is really to give support. So you're going to go from the top of the inner thigh to the inner calf. There we go. And we're going to cross these strips. And I usually just feel where the bone is and make sure that I'm going over that area because your medial ligament is quite a broad band, fan-shaped ligament. So you want to cover it completely. And sometimes I just reinforce it with a little bit of a vertical one as well, just giving it extra support on the medial side. And then I'm going to repeat the same on the outside of his knee. The lateral ligament is not as broad, basically in this area here, so I'm making sure that I cover that area to make sure I'm giving lateral support. And so now we've secured the inside and the outside. You then could cover, if you feel that there's some extra area around the patella you want to give some support to, I just can do a vertical strip there and I'm unloading there as well. So this is basically giving you multi-directional support for your knee. Now that I've secured the knee, I'm going to close up and I'm going to use the Lateral Pro to do that. So I'm going to follow my rigid tape, on the inside, and then following the anchor. SB. SB. Anchor, and then I'm going up again so I can cover the lateral side now that the medial side has been covered. Then you just finish off. Then you obviously have to make sure that he feels comfortable with the taping after, and that's your support for the knee.